but it doesn't seem like it's been useful so far. You can see Uno on a melee hold just waiting for an attacker to push into his line of sight, but it hasn't happened. Supremacy playing very slow here. Anthrax going to vault in finally, but he hasn't pushed in yet.
What is up, bros, and welcome back. And in this video, we are going to be bringing you guys 8 new tips and tricks from the Pro League game that just happened earlier between ENCE and Supremacy. Now, I'm gonna ask you guys a huge favor and ask you guys for your support in that I've been getting a ton of comments from people saying that they've been getting their bell notifications turned off, so they're not even realizing when I'm uploading. So I'm gonna ask you guys a huge favor. If you guys could go over to my channel, hit that bell icon, then you will be notified when I upload, and you guys will be able to see all my new videos. But of course, only if you guys like these types of videos and want to see more from me. I got a couple videos coming out this weekend and next week that I've been working really hard on, and I really think the Bra family is gonna enjoy it. So if you guys could do that, that would be absolutely awesome. Jumping into this first tip, it's pretty self-explanatory. We are creating a really nice melee hole angle that's going through the hall all the way to the end of the other room, and you'll be able to pick off anybody that overextends themselves through the window.
Whereas Uno has been getting, I would say, higher priority kills on a couple rounds, but Wilkie also got them in the starting rounds too. As for Supremacy, it's a tale of a team working very, very well together, and I think that they've really brought the heat to ENCE, as especially...
Yeah, again, just using that last round with the 4K.
Attackers recover the defuse.
So,
Attackers must locate and defuse
ENCE...
bombs.
Alright, now I was really laughing when I was doing these 3 Valkyrie cameras. These first 2 are great because anybody entering from the east side of the map border, these cameras will be behind them. So in order for them to get spotted, they are going to have to do a 180 after entering the building and leave themselves exposed to take these cameras out. Now, the part that was really funny was it took me a very long time to figure out this fan camera. Every single time I threw it up, it was just getting bounced around, and I even went upstairs, threw the camera at the fan, and it literally bounced off and kind of came like right back at me. So I wasn't totally exactly sure what Wilkie was doing with this camera. I wonder if he just had like that nutty of an aim where he was able to get it through the blades of the fan and get it on the ceiling so that it kind of blends in with that mount and the base of the fan. I'm kind of wondering if that's what it was, because taking control of the upstairs, especially on border, is so important for pretty much every single site. That way, even if the camera gets taken out, you have a good idea that there's probably some people up there. And like I said earlier, the first 2 cameras are great for anybody entering that east side of the map border. Also, please take note that these 3 Valkyrie cameras were being used as a setup when they were defending downstairs in the workshop.
Defending the bottom floor. Now, they have not been successful here yet, but they're going to start things off very strong with a kill onto Dejus. So the player who previously was going or having such a fantastic round just a little bit ago, no longer going to be able to influence, at least here in this round.
Alright, you guys, now I don't know if you guys watched the game or not, but Uno of Team ENCE is such a badass player. What we saw him do was do a really nice run out from the 2nd floor offices, and from here I guess there's a couple different options. You could stay on the camera, wait for them to take it out, and then you kind of would get the cue that somebody's running down. Or you could just immediately run out and assume people are spawning, and even if there's nobody spawning up here, it's such an easy getaway. That's what makes this spawn rush such a nice one, is it is so easy to get away. And you can check 2 different angles of where the attackers may be coming from. If they go directly left, then they'll be coming down that staircase, and if not, they're gonna just be running straight into your line of fire for an easy facial.
He's just going to hold a hard angle. Only 30 seconds left. And once again, his smoke is going to miss. Lay a couple shots into the mattress that connects the 2 rooms by the bomb sites. And it's Boonsy following through. No real chance whatsoever. The smoke just completely drops the glass, and ENCE retakes the lead.
Just a little bit of a pre-fire there through the mattress. Good game sense from the smoke.
Alright, so for our tip number 4, generally when I see people shooting through the mattress, it is to get annoying defenders out from directly behind it, kind of tucked away in the corner of those 2 bunk beds. But what we saw them using was an insanely nice angle, almost a pixel peek, not quite. I guess you could kind of turn it into one if you held a tight enough angle. But what we saw was he was far back in the dorms. In the first one, he's to the right of the wardrobe. And for the second one, where we saw him get the final kill, he was to the left of the wardrobe, holding angles through the bunk beds, shooting through the mattress. So this is super deadly. You can get these shots even outside. And of course, you guys probably know laying down in that corner in between the 2 bunk beds isn't really the best option. People can easily take you out from below if they know where you are. But anyways, you guys can see right here all these insanely nice bullets going straight through the mattress, through the bunk beds.
On Oregon. For me, I wonder if
Their map pick.
it is their map pick,
So
but
weird.
ENCE has not really looked good on Border this season one bit, and
Alright, now I feel like the name for this tip pretty much just perfectly describes it. Now I recommend going into a custom game and kind of trying to figure it out, because what you want to do is make it land right on the edge of the rooftop, because that way you will be able to basically watch everything that's going on top of the roof of this map. If you kind of miss and it lands on the edge, you're not gonna have too much of a view. I guess if you threw it far enough, you could still have a pretty good view of the big window on the dorms, but generally this spot is just so much better when you get it on the edge, because you can watch literally everything, plus the big window on dorms.
So, information gathering well in hand here, friends. They've got the IQ to look for the cameras that are very likely outside, as well as just call out information in general on other electronics in the site. And they also have the hard destructor on Uno. That's going to be the nice camera there. Absolutely destroyed for Wilkie. I think that's the second he's found so far.
Alright, now this is a camera that you could easily make an argument for that they would not have found it if they didn't bring an IQ with them. The best way that I found, and correct me if I'm wrong, or if you guys have found an easier way to get this camera out here, was to go into the dorms and kind of line up the cursor, just lift it up a little, take a couple steps back, walk forward, and chuck it out. I know it's not exactly the way that he had it on the video. He had a little bit more on the corner, but all in all, it's just a couple inches off, so I thought that this was a good one. You can see almost the entire south side of the map, Oregon. If you want to do some really aggressive jump outs, and a lot of people like to check drones along these walls too, so it's going to make it even that much more dangerous for the attackers.
once again situated in garage.
Could potentially result in a nasty flank yet again, but it looks like...
Alright, now the devil is definitely in the details with this one. By doing this, you kind of have to know the general setup that goes on downstairs in the laundry room on this map for this bomb site. If you drop down this hatch to the right, the majority of time there will be a Mira that's watching over the north side, or big tower, or some people call it Harry Potter, or the construction site spawn. They're pretty much watching that side of this entrance. Instead of just leaning right or leaning left and throwing the flashbang down, if you actually go up on the stage, you can actually get it a little bit deeper. And you guys can see here, if they just throw the flashbang while I'm playing this Mira, just that little 1 extra meter of distance could be the difference in the Mira player getting flashed and them dying versus you jumping down assuming they're flashed and you being the one that gets your head taken off.
Amount of control here, but they don't have a surefire, they aren't sure really where they're trying to attack from. I like this angle from Panari, could get him a kill in just a moment, sees the head and clicks on it. K6 eliminated on the drop thanks to some great positioning from Panari.
Man, now the top level Pro League players are getting so detailed. This little trick is so nutty. So what we saw was just this general Mira setup downstairs, and there's so many different types. But the little detail that they were using was that you can actually take out a little section of the wall underneath of the Mira. Now, if you do this correctly and you shoot up from the Mira side, you can actually just take out one of the 2 layers of the wall. That way, anybody that's looking at the Mira can't even tell is gone. What this is going to allow the Mira player to do is to just lie down by the Mira, and then they will be able to see up. Now, there's a few different places that I can picture and think of where you'd be able to use this right off the bat, but this definitely has to be one of the best examples because anybody in the admin office looking through the hatch, which is extremely common as an attacker, is going to get completely taken out. And you guys can tell it's so difficult to tell that they even have that angle as an option. Such a nutty, such a cheeky angle. I mean, a million different words to describe it, but it's all of the above. That's going to wrap it up for this video. I love you guys all. Thank you guys all so much for the support. Please check off the bell icons if you guys liked this video, and be sure to get notified for all of my uploads. Got a ton of stuff coming up and a couple videos this weekend that I'm really excited about that I think the Coconut Bra family is really going to enjoy. I'll see you guys all very soon in the next video. Love you all. Peace.